You optimize your calendar, you scale your metrics, you maximize your output. But internally, your neurobiology is a degrading, chaotic wreck. When you continuously input high-stress, chaotic energy into a closed biological system without adequate grounding, the machine hits a mathematical wall. This state of systemic decay is the inevitable result of operating a highly sensitive electrical circuit without respecting the foundational laws of physics. To stop redlining your nervous system, you have to stop relying on vague spiritual philosophies and soft productivity hacks and start viewing it as a hard science engineering problem. In 1977, NASA launched the Voyager spacecraft, carrying a message designed to outlive the Earth itself. To ensure an extraterrestrial intelligence could find us in a shifting universe, Carl Sagan's team anchored their map to the most precise timekeepers in the cosmos, etching the mathematical timing of 14 specific pulsars onto the golden record. Thousands of years earlier, ancient Vedic scientists identified this exact same 14-beat frequency. By observing the foundational structure of consciousness, they codified the Maheshvara Sutras, a mathematical code that laid the rhythmic foundation for the Sanskrit language. This geometric model represents the unified equation. It demonstrates that the same thermodynamic laws governing the violent collapse of a dying star also govern the synapses firing in your brain. The rishis documented these mechanics as an applied methodology for the human machine, using the language of consciousness to describe the literal blueprint of your existence. Most attempts at change fail because they try to integrate new habits onto a corrupted, high-momentum operating system that is already moving toward a cliff. The astrophysics of the singularity show us a different way. Before a new universe can violently expand, all existing matter must collapse inward, reaching a density of absolute zero, where the old laws of physics no longer apply. Ancient engineers built heavy, elliptical stone mass anchors as physical step-down transformers, allowing the human brain to interface with the unmanifest void. By locking your eyes onto this unyielding mass, you force your chaotic nervous system to sync with the baseline of absolute stillness. Only by reducing your current identity to ash can you generate the density required to trigger a new expansion. Your basal ganglia is biologically programmed for a state of strict homeostasis, meaning your brain uses chemical warfare to trap you in perceived safe, low-energy loops. Breaking this biological gravity requires a disproportionate expenditure of energy. Like a Saturn V rocket, you must detonate thousands of gallons of explosive fuel just to travel the first 100 miles. In physics, this is cosmic inflation, a moment where space stretches faster than the speed of light to break the inward crush of gravity. The Vedic texts describe this trigger as Shakti, the pure voltage required to shatter a static baseline. This diagram highlights the contrast. On the right, the dormant potential of the black hole. On the left, the chaotic, superheated plasma of a reaction. Without the violent strike of kinetic energy, the void remains a void forever. If you want to launch a new phase of your life, you cannot ease into it. You have to manufacture an overwhelming, brute force kinetic strike. The holographic principle suggests that our 3D reality is a localized projection of 2D quantum data filtered through the reticular activating system in your brain. This system, which the ancients called Maya, only renders about 50 bits of data per second, prioritizing survival cues and confirmation bias while ignoring the vast majority of your actual environment. To break past this limited projection, you must tap into the force-defying preservation, dark energy. In Sanatan Dharma, this is Mahashakti, the relentless anti-gravitational power driving the universe outward. This diagram compares the two forces. While Vishnu, or gravity, provides the structural integrity to keep the galaxies from flying apart, the ultimate nature of the cosmos is the exponential, accelerating expansion shown on the right. Mastering reality means choosing the expansion. It requires intentionally injecting dark energy into your stagnant domains to aggressively stretch your operational boundaries. The universe is an eternal oscillator, a relentless loop that exhales potential energy into matter and inhales matter back into consciousness. The Figure-8 is the geometric map of this exchange. The top loop is the unmanifest potential of the macrocosmos. The bottom is the dense reality of your microroutines. At the center is the human spine, the biological conduit channeling infinite energy into physical form. You have been exhausting yourself trying to manipulate the heavy matter at the bottom of this system while remaining disconnected from the engine above it. This manual provides the protocols for reconnecting to that source, moving from a passenger in a chaotic system to a deliberate operator. Stop fighting the gravity of your old habits. By aligning your daily cadence with the macro cycles of the cosmos, you stop enduring the friction of existence and start engineering its outcome.